Hi Gemini, welcome to How I Love Tarot. This is your 2022 yearly reading of how do they feel about you. I'm looking at 4 different areas of this reading of how they feel about you for 2022. I'm looking at the present position, about how you feel about your person. I've got their energy of how they feel about you. I've also got the mutual energy right here and the outcome right here. Now, in this reading, if the how you feel about your person does not resonate with you, then this is not your reading. Because I do an outcome, very important, I'm a psychic and a medium, that you don't take what resonates and leave what doesn't. That's not the type of reading this is. So because of the outcome, it's very important that either you take the reading or you don't take the reading, okay? And that's fine if this present position doesn't make sense to you. So if it doesn't make sense to you, one or two things may be happening. One, you're watching the reading too early and things have not played themselves out yet. So you may want to put it in a playlist, come back to it. If at that point, this present position of how you feel about your person does not make sense to you, then this is definitely not your reading, okay? This reading's just for a few Geminis out there. Just for entertainment purposes only, not for decision making. How I have this energy here, Gemini, it's very clear that this is a relationship that either didn't get off the ground, it ended suddenly, or it just, you feel that there's somebody, your person is somebody that you could never have. It's one of those scenarios. But the energy that's coming out most strongly is that this relationship is dead and gone. It feels like you've laid it to rest. However, it's causing you a lot of mental anguish and a lot of thoughts that may not be accurate. Now, if you're trying to resonate with this reading, you're going to say, no, my thoughts are accurate. The way I'm looking at this situation is accurate. So that's going to be a hard one to take if I tell you that there's some thought distortion in the way that you're looking at this situation. But if you're open to understanding that you're really thinking about your person and there's a lot of negative thinking there, there's a lot of justification of your actions, or there's a lot of justifying the situation, then that is where the distortion is, okay? I don't want to dwell on that. You have, this person's very important to you. This person is someone that you thought highly of. This person, it feels like they had the ability to change your life. It feels like before they came into your life, things were just kind of coasting and you weren't happy. And then they suddenly came into your life and they lit up your world. Here we have the World card. So here we have the 4 of Swords, the 8 of Swords in the upright position, and the World card. So it shows here that they brought in a magnitude of abundance that made you feel really good, made you feel incredible. But something happened in this relationship and it suddenly ended. Now, and that's if you have ever watched my readings, Gemini, I don't go with 10 million different storylines. I go with the one that's coming out the strongest, and that's the energy that I follow. Here in their present energy, we have the 2 of Cups in the reverse. We have the Page of Wands in the upright position. We have the 6 of Wands in the upright position, and we have the High Priestess in the upright position. Spirit, can you tell me what's going on here with Gemini's person and why these cards are present? So it shows that there's a shock when the relationship ends, and this could be even if they inadvertently ended the relationship, right? So it feels as if here that they didn't expect the relationship to end. So whatever happened, it feels as if it was like a slippery slope, and it feels as if something happened and then boom, the relationship was done. So it feels like it's a shock in their system that it ended. And what we have is, they felt passionate about you. They were very committed to you, and they felt very invested in you. And they were trusting their instincts. Now, they may have been going slower then you wanted them to go, right? Because here we have the Six of Wands, and in this energy, it kind of shows Rome wasn't built in a day. And what that means is that it feels like your energy was very, very quick. Once you found them, you wanted them to commit. It feels like you rolled out the red carpet. That's what Spirit tells me. And so that's why you're upset as well. That's why the Eight of Swords is here in your energy, because there's a level of defensiveness and betrayal that you feel, that I don't think you realize that your person didn't know that the treatment that you rolled out to them was reserved only for them. They don't know you like that. That's what it feels like. So it feels as if when you rolled out the red carpet and you went above and beyond for them more than you've ever done for anybody else, and then the relationship suddenly ended, you felt a huge amount of betrayal. But you have to understand, at least what Spirit is telling me here, is that they didn't understand that this is not your MO, right? This is not what you do for everybody, that you were treating them extremely special. And so that tells me too that this was a new relationship, or not a relationship that had deep roots. It could have also been, Spirit is making me feel, for some of you, it may have been a long distance relationship. So you're seeing each other, I don't know, you may have been together a year or 10 months or 18 months. But if you're only seeing each other once or twice a month, you know, and you're together for 18 months, that's not much, right? That's 36 times in an 18-month period, as opposed to being together in the same city where you're seeing each other 36 times in a two or 3 month period. Okay, so they don't know you, even though you think that they do. And there's a level of energy coming from this card here, the Eight of Wands, where the distortion is coming out. It's kind of like, you know, this energy of, but if they cared about me, they would know, right? But they don't, Gemini. They don't know that this is what you were doing for them, and that it was special, and that you felt the way that you felt about them. Even though you may have said the words and the actions, it feels there's a speed to this, right? In the Two of Cups energy, it feels here that there was a lot of speed, and it was coming together, joining together very, very quickly, but the person was not going at your pace. And so they were going much more slowly and methodically, because it looks like they have a very, not that you don't have a history too, but they have a history of destruction in their life from previous relationships or a previous relationship. And so they were going on their intuition rather than the words, rather than the actions, rather than what was happening between the both of you. They needed time to feel the energy, feel the love, feel the connection. You know, when you've gone through that level of hurt and pain, whatever they were coming from, it feels as if they were extremely fragile. And but there was genuine, or there is genuine feelings for you. They care about you. They actually saw a life with you. Now we're talking about energy of 2022. So it feels here, so Spirit, can you bring it forward? Why is this here for 2022? So it feels as if, you know, whenever I'm reading and a card is in the reverse, and depending on the type of energy that's surrounding it, it also means that the card can flip upright. So if you look at this card upright in the Two of Cups of how they feel about you, their feelings can change. It can change in a positive direction towards you. However, you need to have a lot of understanding and clarity and hear them out. It feels here that if you do that and you go slowly and you don't inundate them with feelings, but you just are invested in the clarity of the situation and building new ground, it shows here that they're open to that energy. It shows here that they continue to, you know, even though this flipped on its head, there's something about you that they were really connected to. They genuinely felt the love growing for you. They genuinely felt that there could be a long-term commitment and partnership here. They genuinely felt that the things that you spoke could come to fruition. They believed in you. So this was quite a shock for them to kind of go, what am I doing with these, Gemini? I meant to put them back here. So there was a kind of a genuine kind of a shock that it went in the direction that it did. They were not expecting that. Even though you feel that they may have caused it, it feels that you caused it, or there was something outside of both of you that caused it. But either way, it feels like there's a shock to the system, right, in this situation, because it was going along famously. It was going along, you know, we have a saying in Britain, like, you know, you two are getting along like a house on fire. It shows the harmony. It shows how you were bringing out different aspects of each other that, you know, maybe had never been explored before. So it really is that there's a lot of confusion and even disbelief that this ended. It feels like that way for both of you. In the mutual energy, we have the Nine of Wands, right? In the upright position, we've got the Four of Cups in the reverse, and we've got the Page of Coins in reverse. So basically what this energy is saying here in the mutual energy, it feels like both of you are at a standstill, at least when I'm doing this reading. It feels like both of you are like, okay, that's a lesson learned, that's an experience. But you're both thinking about each other, because here we have the Four of Cups in the reverse. So it's, you know, you're not looking at it anymore as lost love. I feel like a lot of, or enough time has passed where you're remembering the good rather than the negative things that happened. However, the mutual energy, again, whenever something is in the reverse position here in the Page of Cups, it can be flipped over, and it feels as if neither one of you want to put make yourselves vulnerable again to the other one, because believe it or not, you both had your hearts open, you were both very vulnerable to each other, and that's why this hurts quite a bit. So that's a mutual energy. I don't want to focus on that too much because I've kind of talked about it over here. In the outcome, we have the Queen of Coins, we have the Moon card, and we have the Fool card. Spirit, can you bring forward the outcome for Gemini? So if this has been a complete split, this is what Spirit is saying in regards to this is, you know, this is the energy Spirit brought out the strongest right here in the Four of Swords, is that this is a relationship that ended. Spirit makes me feel here that in the outcome, the both of you, we got the Queen of Coins, the Moon card, and the Fool. It feels like baby steps need to be taken if there is no communication. It feels like there needs to be an opening up of communication, and when that occurs, what you will find is that there is a flow of emotions again for the both of you. It does show that in the outcome, that when one is able to let their guard down, the other one does too. Spirit shows me a lot of laughter and a lot of shared something. What is that, Spirit? Shared memories, shared things in common. And so it starts to, it's like a reminder. It's kind of like, oh yeah, this feels really, really, really good. And so, funnily enough though, even though it looks like a friendship can be built first, here in the hidden energies, it shows here that you both have hidden energy about how you feel about each other, about whether the other person wants to give it another go again. And it does feel here in the outcome that there is a huge possibility here. And it will depend on the both of you, and it does feel like this went very, very quickly. And Spirit makes me feel that if you guys come together in friendship, in communication, that there should be no expectation of the other, that it needs to be just a baby step acquaintance to friendship, from friendship, seeing if there is anything there. And it's not, Spirit said, it's not that you're looking for a relationship that's worth salvaging. Spirit makes me feel like the dust needs to be cleared and this needs to be started from the ground up again. And it needs to start from the beginning. And Spirit makes me feel here that because there was such strong mutual energy and passion for each other, and strong respect and caring for each other, and there's a lot of balance in this relationship, there's a lot of harmony in the relationship, that but there wasn't tolerance. Isn't that strange? It's strange for me as a reader, because you know, when you have all those other things and then there's not tolerance, it feels weird as a reader. So you guys need to work on being able to understand why you couldn't tolerate the other one. And when you clear that up in the friendship and you come together as friends and try and understand each other, then maybe there is potential for this to go somewhere. Gemini, that is your reading. If you're interested in new love for 2022, check out the reading coming up below. If you're interested in money, career, and finance for 2022, also check out that reading. Thank you for subscribing. Please subscribe, hit the bell button and the like button, and I will see you soon.